you.
Get your Stanley off of Dick's Sporting Goods. Don't get it from Amazon. It's going to take hours and days, months, and years to get your cup.
City's been so good. God has been so good. Good, just ain't good enough. He's been better than good to me. God has had my back in the midst of my enemies, and I ain't even have to be there. I have roamed many cities.
Hello, welcome to day 9 of Broke Up with the Man. I do want to say that this journey, it is not easy. It's not an easy journey, but God is blessing me with peace that surpasses all understanding. I just want to start by saying that I didn't want to leave my job. I really felt at my first home meeting working for the bank, I really thought that I was home. I thought that I was home, but the feeling that I felt, it was a good positive feeling that kept me there, and it kept me focused so that I can do what I needed to do during my time there. And I did make the most of my time, and I didn't even really plan for a future of leaving the bank. But here we are now, and I'm just thankful to God. He knows the plans. He really does have plans for us, and He does know the plan. So He equipped me over those 5 years, and He gave me the strength, and He showed me who He was so that I could rest on Him and I could trust on Him in this process. And so I just wanted to start off this video by sharing that today, because I am starting from scratch. I really am starting with just a vision and not a whole lot left to back me but God. And I'm thankful that He touched the hearts of my family so that they could also be the strength that I need in this moment as well. But ultimately, God is the strength, and He has been preparing me for this moment. And so even though I am pushing and it is hard, it is not easy, it does require big faith, but I have to say, this is what I prayed for. I prayed for supernatural faith. And I know praying for supernatural faith, that's not something that is coming lightly or easy. It was God who made me uncomfortable in the last month of my employment with the bank. It was God who allowed me to be uncomfortable. It was like He just pulled back the piece that He had gave me to stay. The position I worked was a stressful position, but He gave me peace. And that left me. I had to go elsewhere for peace. And so now we're on a new journey. And even though I'm not able to see it right now, I'm not believing what I see, but I'm believing in who I know God to be. And He's not a man that He should lie. He blessed us with abundance. He blessed us with dominion. And He gave all of this to us and told us to be fruitful and to multiply. And so I'm just so thankful to take you all on a journey with me so that we can all be encouraged on this new thing that God is about to do. The key for me right now is staying motivated. The way that I'm doing that right now is making sure that my environment is peaceful, making sure that my space is clean, making sure that my music that I'm listening to is edifying, making sure that I'm not wasting my time on things that is not going to help me to get to the place that I'm going, making sure that I am not being distracted by anything or anyone that is going to detour me from the journey. I'm making sure that my counsel is good and positive. I'm reminding myself of God's word and all the things that He's shown me and put on my heart over the years. And I'm not focusing on the lack at all. I'm focusing on the abundance. That's all that I am focusing on. Just the abundance, because God is the abundance. He has everything that we need. So that's how I'm staying encouraged. I'm just keeping my eyes on Him, because I'm already in the space that I did not get here on my own. And I know if I look back or if I look down, I know that I will sink. So right now, all I can do is just be in His presence. All I can do is trust in Him that He's going to do what He's going to do. And that in the end, He's going to get all the glory. So whether I fall, I'm going to continue to get back up and trust in God and know that it is all working out for my good and for His good, most importantly. So I want to talk more about some of the things that I experienced when I was working for the bank. I loved working for the bank. I loved what I did. I worked in collections for credit card accounts. I worked in the charge-off department. So when an account got to me, the account was already past temporary restraint, was past permanent restraint, and now it has charged off. Usually accounts charge off for a variety of different reasons. It's different from person to person. People go through hardships, or they just get overwhelmed with expenses and they just have to prioritize other bills. Whatever the case may be, life just happens. When the account charges off, the final interest and fees is applied, and then when it comes over to charge-off department or recovery, interest is no longer billed, late fees are no longer assessed, and the bank pretty much wants to just recover their money. They offer settlements, they offer payment plans. There's a whole lot more flexibility when an account charges off. The bank just wants their money, and they just have more that they can do for you at that point, because it's already charged off. There's not as much collection activity taking place. The bank has to move forward. They're not going to continue to handle it the way they once did during the first 180 days. Now, a lot of people, when their accounts have charged off, a lot of times it's not the only credit card account or whatever type of loan or whatever that they have. So they'll have like several debts, or even if it's just one debt. I know a lot of you all have heard of like debt management companies, and I won't name any specific debt management companies, just like I'm not going to name the bank that I was working with. But a debt management company is a business that helps people manage, reduce, or eliminate their debts through negotiations with creditors and other strategies. Debt management companies are usually for-profit companies that charge a fee for their services. Debt management companies, they usually provide debt consolidation loans, and settlements. I am against debt management companies because all of the things that they offer, you can do it yourself. People choose to work with debt management companies when they are overwhelmed with debts. So credit card debts, loans, when they are in over their heads and they are seeking some sort of financial relief. So they go to a debt management company. A lot of times when people start working with a debt management company, they're just trying to stay afloat. They may not have missed payments. Some of them have 100% payments history of on-time payments. So a lot of these people, maybe their credit is important to them. Debt management companies, before you will see a rise in your credit, you will see a dip in your credit because your credit will suffer. I actually recorded a conversation that I had with a debt management company, and I asked the questions that you need to ask before you consider working with a debt management company, because it is not for everybody. And again, I am against working with a debt management company because you can do it yourself. There's no reason to work with a debt management company after you've done your research. Anything that they can do, you can do it for you as well. Why pay someone to do it when you could do it yourself? Ultimately, my belief system is you will spend more time managing your debt management company than you would just doing it yourself and working with your financial institute. So do it yourself. Do research and then do it yourself. Once you advise your financial institution that you're working with a debt management company, they're going to place your account on a cease and desist. What that means is you'll no longer receive calls from your financial institution. Backtrack. The financial institution, they will need power of attorney documents before you could actually work with the debt management company, okay? Once your financial institution receives power of attorney documents, they will no longer contact you by phone. All communications will be done in writing. This means that they will not call you to keep you updated with your account. They won't call you to advise you of any offers that may be available to you. I've experienced customers who fell so far behind to the point where they were experiencing more severe collection activity. They would be very disappointed because of the lack of communication. And I would have to advise them at some point of time, you told us to stop calling you, and we received a power of attorney document. This is a consequence when you work with the debt management. You are giving up your authority over your account, and you are putting it into a company's hands that is going to tax you for things that you can do yourself. Aside from the debt management company telling you to cut communication, they're also going to tell you not to pay your bills. The reason for this is they are going to allow your account to charge off, meaning your account is going to become temporarily restrained, then permanently restrained, and then it will become charged off, meaning you are going to accrue late fees and interest. And this is a lot of money depending on your balance. And this will severely impact your credit score. As you already know, your credit score is very important. It does determine the amount of money you can borrow on credit. It does determine your interest rates. So if you intend on purchasing a home or making some other type of major purchase, working with a debt management company is something that you definitely want to do your research on and make sure that it is a good fit for you. When your account charges off, the final fees are added, and the account no longer accrues any more late fees or interest past the charge-off date. The bank would just want to recover the funds. They'll offer you payment plans. They'll offer you settlements, payment plans for as long as 5 years. They could extend your balance as long as 5 years. They can negotiate settlements with you down to 15%. Your best bet is to do this your own. Not just the debt management company has the ability to get you these offers once your account becomes charged off. This is something that you could do yourself. So my reason that I want to share this is because when I was working for the financial institution, I was not able to share this information. I wanted to with a passion because it was very disheartening to talk to people who were struggling with something. I would talk to people who experiencing a low time, a trying time in their life, maybe a sickness, loss of a loved one, suffering from the economy. A lot of people suffer from the pandemic. Having to withhold such crucial information, that was disheartening for me. So I'm happy that I could share this with somebody because right now, credit card debt is higher than it has ever been. Interest rate right now is up to 36%. That is the legal max APR. That is insane, especially the bigger the balance. That's the more interest that you are paying. So I feel like it's very crucial that we have this information right now. If you are struggling with your debt, research ways to strategize paying your debt down. There's so many videos on YouTube where people have come up with strategies for paying down their debts. Another thing, you want to make sure that you are paying more than your minimum payment. That's something that I also couldn't share with people who were calling to pay their bills. You pay your minimum payment and you will pay your minimum payment for the rest of your life, because a lot of times, especially with these big interest rates, the minimum payment is less than the interest fee. At that rate, you will never pay off your credit. Your credit card balance will continue to get higher if your interest fee is bigger than your minimum payment. So you have to make sure that you are paying more than your minimum payment. Another thing that people would ask me, does this impact my credit? I really hated that question because I could never answer it. The only thing that I could say is that we report to the credit bureau on a regular basis. And no matter what you asked me about your credit score, I could not answer you. That was the only answer. And I would have to just say that as if I was not a person, as if I was a robot. We report to the credit bureau on a regular basis. And customers would try to reform the question so that it could be appropriate for me to answer, but I couldn't answer the question on any type of level. So the answer is yes. Everything that you do with your credit card impacts your credit score. Charge-offs, they definitely impact your credit score. Not paying your bill definitely impacts your credit score. TikToks and Reels have a lot of people thinking that you could talk your way out of things reporting negatively to the credit bureau. So many people would call me with some misconceptions that they learned on TikToks and Reels. It doesn't matter how great you think your mouthpiece is. For one, when you call and talk to your financial institution, the person who is answering the phone for you has no ability to simply remove reportings. You can dispute it, but your disputes will be done with the credit bureau. And that system is not designed to let you off the hook. Your financial institution, they want their money back, even though they have taxed you with several fees. They want their money back. There's fees for borrowing money. Yes, there are fees for borrowing money. So if you are one of those people who are struggling to make your credit card payments, don't give up the fight. Do your research. If you are considering working with a debt management company, if you are willing to suffer that charge off, you can do it yourself. You can do it yourself. It is very simple. Before you work with a debt management company, make sure you ask all of the questions. Just don't be afraid to ask your questions if they cannot answer your questions. I would think long and hard about that. Make sure you ask them, how will this impact my credit? They won't be able to answer that. Make sure you ask them, what is the interest rate that I could expect? Make sure you get clarities on the fees that will be charged to you. If you are current, you're just looking for a way to just reduce your payment. Be clear. Will you fall into a delinquent status by working with a debt management company? The answer will be yes, you will fall into a delinquent status. The debt management company's business is to let you become as delinquent as possible so that your account can charge off and they could settle your account for the lowest amount possible. And they will charge you fees. They will charge you a startup fee and they will charge you monthly maintenance fees. They got to get paid somehow. And it should be illegal, but it's not illegal because that's just how the system works. So I have here a video that I recorded myself, and I'm actually inquiring with the debt management company. Hopefully this will give you some clarity. I asked some pretty good questions. You could see that he doesn't really answer my questions, but I asked him the right questions for sure. So I'm going to share this video so we can make sure that you know what to expect and to make sure that you are asking the right questions. I just want you to know that this does not have to be your last options. There are other ways.
Victor, I can help you.
Hi, I was just calling to inquire about you all's services.
Certainly. Have you worked with anybody here before?
No.
Okay, no worries. I am a certified debt consultant here and my job is just to kind of, go through the options that we've got for the debt relief and kind of see and pick which one's best for you. What is it you're trying to accomplish?
So I'm just trying to be debt free. I'm kind of in over my head right now. I have a new mortgage. I got a few credit cards, and I want to consolidate them and try to get this paid off so I can be debt free.
Certainly. Well, let's just see what we can do for you today. A couple quick questions for you. What's your first name?
My name is Celia.
Celia? Could you spell that for me?
Celia.
Perfect. And then your last name, Celia?
Brown.
All right. And then what is a good email address for you?
We can do ce@gmail.com.
All right. At Gmail. Okay, I'm going to shoot you a quick email, and it's just going to ask you just some basic information just so I can see which accounts I can help with, which ones I can't, and the exact amounts and all that stuff. Nothing that we do is a hard inquiry, so it doesn't show that we even looked at your credit. It doesn't affect your score or anything. It just allows me to see what I can do for you, okay? So I just emailed that to you. If you want to look in there, and it's just like your address, date of birth, just basic stuff, okay?
Okay. The only thing is I didn't really want to get too tangled up right now because I'm just trying to vet which company that I want to work with, and so I don't want to have
Sure.
too much coming to me. I was just kind of wondering, like, what is it that you guys do? Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, there's only 5 options to get rid of debt, and the 5 options are minimum payments, which don't work for most people, and it could take decades to get it paid back if you went that route. There's a consolidation loan, which we offer consolidation loans, and that's kind of like a personal loan. So we would, give you the money, you would pay off all your credit cards and debt, and you would go just to one payment, and you would also go from compound interest on credit cards to just a simple interest loan. So you'd save tens of thousands of dollars. We do offer consumer credit counseling. We have a bankruptcy department, and then we also have a debt settlement program. So just depending on, how much debt and, how long you're wanting it to get rid of the debt, is kind of how we determine which program is best for you. Most people either do the consolidation loan or the debt settlement.
Okay. So I'm looking for an option that allows me to not go further into debt. Right now I'm current on all of my credit cards. Do you guys have like any options that can, we could start like immediately? That way I could stay afloat, because also my credit is important to me.
Sure, that would probably be the consolidation loan.
Okay.
And then, we would just, however much debt you got, we would do a loan for that amount, send you the money so you could pay off all that debt. and then just have one payment. Or, just depending on, I can't really give you my professional opinion because I can't see the accounts, but if your credit cards are just about all maxed out, then your credit has probably already been impacted. So if you went down the debt settlement route, it's up to like a 24 to 48 month program, and you would voluntarily stop making all the payments to the credit cards, and it's usually about a third or a half of that payment towards the debt settlement program, and that's the only payment you would worry about, and we would start settling that debt, and then as we settle the debt, your credit comes back up. But, in a lot of cases, people's credits have already been impacted if their credit cards are maxed out, if their utilization is really high. So that's probably the two best options, would either be the loan or the debt settlement.
Okay. But with the debt settlement, isn't my account gonna suffer like charge off? And because if we do that, it's gonna charge off, and they're gonna stop the interest and negotiate down to 15% anyways. So that's not really what I want to do.
Sure, then it would probably be the consolidation loan would probably be the best option for you.
Okay. So with the consolidation loan, what is the interest rate for that?
It all depends on your credit. Everybody's different. There's a ton of different factors that go into it. So I'd hate to tell you it's 7% and you end up getting 19%, or tell you it's 12% and you get 5%. Everybody's different, and it's kind of, there's a lot of factors that go into it. So, if I told you a interest rate, I wouldn't be telling you the truth because I've got no idea.
Okay, so we don't have any information there. Okay.
But I can tell you whatever the interest rate would be, if you went going from a compound interest on credit cards and stuff to a simple interest loan, like I say if you got $20,000 worth of debt, you'd probably save $20,000 in interest.
Okay. And then what's
if you went to the loan.
Okay. Do you guys have your own, do you guys find the consolidation loan for me, or do you guys offer your own loans? Or is there a certain bank that you work with?
Yeah, we offer the loan.
Okay, and it's through,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is the time period? Could you give me a range for what the worst case scenario, best case scenario for the interest rate, and then over what period of time I will be looking at?
I would probably, and again, don't hold me to anything, but it's probably anywhere from a 4 to an 8 year loan, and the rate's probably anywhere from 5.9 to 23.9.
5.9 to 23.9. Okay. Okay, well, those are all good things to consider. Thank you so much. I'm going to think about it.
Okay. Let us know if you need anything, and just be, I'll send you an email. One thing I'd be we've been doing this for over 20 years, and there are some really shady companies out there. So just be really careful of that. But since I do have your email, I'll just send you an email that kind of has some client testimonials, and it'll have my direct phone number on there too. So if you do have any more questions, or if you decide to do the loan, just give me a call whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Jalil.
Period. That's
It's me, Jane Marie.
Period. And it's me, Celia. But I just wanted to comment.
Bye.
All right.
Please comment, like, and subscribe.
That part. Please comment, like, and subscribe.
And stay watching for the next video.
Period. You heard them. Yeah. But I did want to just comment on the last portion of the video, the call that I had made to the debt management company. As you can see, there is no guarantees. Yeah, so there is no guarantees. And then that is a red flag that he mentioned that you need to voluntarily stop making payments to your financial institute. Big red flag. The last thing, when I had asked him about the APR for the debt consolidation loan, he said that it depends on your credit, but if you had good credit, why would you need to go to them for a debt consolidation loan? You can get your own loan and pay off your debts if you want to get more interest to pay off, you know, your credit card loans that already have interest. That makes no sense. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the content. And J. Marie and Jalil, they just got home from school, so we're going to wrap this thing up. They are ready to eat some food.
I'm hungry. They had this. I'm hungry. They had the pizza sandwich today.
Pizza sandwich.
Yeah.
Sounds
Again.
good. Again. Okay.
They had some leftovers from yesterday.
Oh, leftovers. Do y'all do leftovers?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Only if they good though. Big surprise. And the pizza sandwich was really good.
Yeah, so thank you so much for supporting us, following us on our journey. As you know, we broke up with a man and we really just out here trusting God. He is the author and the finisher of our faith, and he has something wonderful in store for us, something great in store for us. So we look forward to doing his will. We look forward to serving his people, and we look forward to whatever is next. And thank you.
Get your Stanley off of Dick's Sporting Goods. Don't get it from Amazon. It's going to take hours and days, months, and years to get your cup.
Period.
Said he's been so good. God has been so good. Good, just ain't good enough. He's been better than good to me. God has had my back in the midst of my enemies, and I ain't even have to be there.